That could actually be a coin. Oh yeah. All right, so that's going to be all right. Have a little adventure, kind of in progress, really. I'm here with Mike of Great Finds,
guys, how's it going?
YouTube, and I will give you a link and a pinned comment probably. And we are in a Civil War area, not too far from a major battlefield. And we're looking for Civil War bullets and belt buckles and cannonballs, small cannons, coins, anything we can find. Whole bunch of deer over there running. It's actually deer season. We probably should be in Orange. But the farmer, we just talked to him. Well, his house is right there, and he said, don't worry about it. There's nobody hunting out of here. But we probably scared him out from a safe area. Yeah, and we're pretty close to the house and the barn and a whole bunch of sheep. So we're just not going to go in the woods. Of course, there's a deer blind back there. But we won't talk about that one. All right, I'm going to get to it. What do you say? Have a nice little hint of lead right here. I'm hoping it's going to be a mini ball, but it could just be a little small round ball. What do you think? I think that is a smaller caliber round ball. Probably most undoubtedly fired. You can see it's all mashed up. Actually, it looks like it might have been fired in a rifled gun, muzzle loader. Yeah, I'd say definitely it's not a smooth bore. Most awesome possum. There we go. Got a nice 69 caliber round ball. That's almost undoubtedly from the American Civil War, especially considering that we are on a campground / battlefield. Well, they did fight across here, but the main part of the fighting was actually a couple miles away. But definitely a nice big old bullet right there, and I'm going to call it Civil War all day long. Just, I guess, a little doodad. I probably should have gotten the camera out, but it was really loud, so I figured it was a piece of junk. But it is a solid brass ring of some sort. Now, it could go on some Civil War soldiers kit, or that could just be more farm related, agricultural related, not sure. But it's definitely something that I think a person would use, and not so much like a horse or a cow, out plowing or wearing like a wedding band. You know what I mean? Now, this is a curious little piece of lead. Some of you guys know what it is already. And for those of you that don't, I'm going to tell you. It's flattened on that side. It kind of looks like a little button almost. If you flip it over, you can see that there's like a little hole right there. And what this is the head, a lead head to a nail, a roofing nail, kind of like the old style. And the theory is when you would bang it into a roof, that those nails would flatten out and seal the hole. I don't really know how effective that was, but you find a lot of these, and they do look like little buttons, but you can always tell by the other side that there's just that's where the nail would have been attached, the iron part. Yep, nice little piece of lead. Had a nice little signal here, very bullet-like, and I was digging and I noticed something rolling around down there. I think that's a musket ball. I do believe it is. That's a fired one for sure. He's all mushed up. Hit from a good distance. It's not really deformed, but it's deformed enough that you wouldn't want to try to be loading that probably. All right, nice little musket ball. Can't complain about that, can you? So I am finding a lot of this kind of stuff. This is probably some type of salve that they used for the farm animals, and I'm finding a lot of aluminum foil. Some pieces of, a little closer to me, some pieces of can and stuff, but just probably 4 out of 5 signals that I'm digging are junk like this. Well, let's say 8 out of 9. Dug a little piece of pewter. I think that's gonna be part of a pewter spoon bowl. Might have scraped a little bit right there. I actually thought it was a rock when I first saw it, but it's definitely pewter. I'm gonna say a spoon bowl for sure. Yeah, that's what it is. So we have a nice deep signal here. It's still buried. It's right there. I thought we'd get you out. I don't even know if it's a squeaker at this point, but let's go ahead and dig it together. The shovel back behind it. It was too deep really to get a good read on the discrimination portion of it. And it's still in the hole, isn't it, dude? I haven't dug it up yet. But it's still down here, right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you away and just go ahead and dig it up real quick. Oh, this is all it was a nice deep iron signal. I mean, it could be a piece of a shell fragment, artillery shell fragment. But if I had the discrimination on, I wouldn't even hurt it. there'd have been no beep whatsoever. But since we're looking for deep stuff in here, because the place has been pounded, gonna have to dig a few of these while we're going along. Nice little signal here. I'm hoping it's going to be at least a button, not a shotgun hull. Yeah, I think it is. Looks like a little flat button. Got the shank on the back right there, still attached. That's where you would sew it on the garment. Very thin. I'm gonna just clean it off just a little bit. See if there's an eagle on there or some other cool design. And I'm gonna say it's a possibility. I mean, I see a bunch of, I see something. I mean, it's the right size and shape for like the 1812 era. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm going to go ahead and put that in my bag, let it dry off just a little bit, and then we'll clean up the front. See what it is. I'm hopeful yet. So I have a nice little thumper right in here somewhere. I have not seen it, so I don't know if it's going to be junk or something good. There it is. I bet that's a bullet right there. Oh yeah, look at that. See, that right there is a dropped Confederate Gardner bullet. It's got those 2 grooves right there. If you look in the base, there's actually an insert. You can kind of see the little line right there. I'll try to get a picture, but that's actually, there's a little lead insert that goes in there. And it's got the 2 grooves. Not all 2 groove bullets are Confederate. There's some Yankee ones. But this is a definitely 100% Confederate bullet. Most awesome. Sweet. I haven't really showed you many signals today. That's because it's kind of cold and windy and I haven't really felt like it. But I'm going to show you this one. Using the Garrett AT Max today, all metal mode pretty much, maximum sensitivity. And I have a kind of a deeper signal here. Could be something good. I'm looking at the meter, it's jumping all over the place, so the machine doesn't know for sure because it's too deep. All right, so I got it out of the hole. I can see that it's lead, and I'm hoping it's not, well, I think it's lead. I'm hoping it's not going to be a nail head. It might be something else, but we don't know yet. It's like a little washer. It looks like a little washer. I'm pretty sure that's lead. So that could be, I don't think it's a nail head like I showed you earlier in the video. It looks more like just a little lead washer of some sort, really. All right, well, at least it was a decent, well, a non-ferrous signal. I went ahead and cleaned that flat button up just a little bit to see if we can make out a design. And I don't really see anything for certain. I mean, it almost looks like an eagle on there, but I suspect that's just corrosion. A really solid signal here. It's almost too solid, but I'm going to go ahead and, you know, like it's too shallow, you know what I mean? Other people should have dug that. But that's like around 70, so that could be a good target. Let's go ahead and semi-dig it together. Dig a little plug, just hold you. What I like to do is just kind of cut it around in the semi plug here. Doesn't have to be perfect out here. Oops. And we pop it out like that. And you're able to do that because the shovel has that bend right there. So you don't have to really work very hard at it. Let's see if we got it. Shouldn't have been too deep. Yep, so it's in here. Still nice and solid. Hoping it's not going to be aluminum because there's an awful lot of aluminum in here. All right, is it in here? Nope. Not in there. Not in there. All right, so what I'll do, give it a good shake. Yeah, so it's like up in the grass there. So I'm going to put you away and dig it out of there, and I'll show you what it is in a minute. I was pulling the grass clump apart, and something fell down in here. You can kind of see it. Looks like it might be another button. You can see kind of the edge right here, I'm hoping. Or a coin. That could actually be a coin. Oh, yeah. All right, so that's going to be a coin of some sort. Probably a colonial copper, I would guess, because how thin it is. And that was right. That's right in the grass layer. Wow, awesome. So that's going to probably predate, you know, the 1770s or before. Typically, that's the dates you find in here, 1770s, 1760s. By the 1780s, you don't find too many 1780s, and 1790s are almost unheard of. But definitely a colonial copper of some sort. Well, British copper, I should say. Let's get back in that way. Her scrapes, that means it's a piece of iron. Yeah, very big old piece of iron down there. Probably a piece of pot. This is probably, you know, colonial area. Probably, this is, I think there's a house site here in this part of the field. So big link, kind of has that round or oval shape. No, actually that's a handle. That's a handle to like a giant, not a bucket, but a tub or something like that. It's broken right there, but this, you'd have picked it up like this, and that would have been something wrapped around there to pick it up. So it's a big, heavy handle is what it actually is. All right, so what we have is a little piece of copper or brass. It's probably just going to be I don't think it's a button. I think it's just going to be a little piece of junk, a little sheet of something maybe. Almost looks like a shotgun shell base, really. Oh, it's a thimble. I think that's a mash thimble, I do believe. Let me clean that up a little more. Got a hint of a rim right there. It just kind of reminds me of one. I'll get it cleaned up. We'll get a little look at it, but I suspect that's what it is. Thimble for sewing.
See?
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah, giving off a kind of a weird. It is laying kind of funny down in there. All right, I'll go ahead.
Very nice. Yeah, you do. You want to do yours?
You can go ahead and do yours.
No, you do yours.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
But I think I see a little bit of a. It's gonna
Maybe
be tough.
it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty thin in it. Yeah, definitely.
I'm leaning towards that being probably what's called a KG 1, 2, or 3. Pretty cool.
Awesome. I might have one over here.
Oh, do you really?
Maybe. When he was digging that, I was over here messing around, well, not digging it, but actually doing his little YouTube part. And I got a signal over here that sounds like it could be a large sand, so I thought I'd share it with you. I don't know if it is. And it's, I mean, I haven't dug it up yet. It's still on the ground. Let's see if we can find it. All right, right there. Really high, wispy signal in the low 80s, but right there. I'm gonna bet that's a coin. I'll just take it together. Taking one hand's a little bit tough, but holding the camera with the other. There we go. All right, so it should be in the center of that plug, and I don't think too deep. I think whatever it is probably falling down into here.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's right there. You see it? That's not a bullet. I can tell. Oh no.
Oil.
No.
Silver?
No. It's an aluminum tag. It's like a cow tag or something, or a telephone tag. Man, that thing sounded good.
Oh,
Whee!
it does. It's octagon, shaped like a stop sign.
Yep. Oh well. Not a coin. It does. Unfortunately, it's aluminum, so it's not going to be that old. A really nice high wispy signal in this piece right here. Now, the last time we had a high wispy signal, it turned out to be aluminum tag. But this is much smaller than that. Just a weird signal. It's not something you hear very often. It's very kind of light and ethereal. Don't sound quite as good anymore. Let's see what we got in here. Oh no. So it's probably a piece of junk. That might be, no, it's in here. Could be like a little tiny piece of a little flat piece of a can or something, maybe. You see it? Feel it, it's right there. All right, what is that? So it was a very shallow piece of, oh, okay. So that's some type of little, got teeth on it. Some type of fabric goes through there, and it's got those teeth that would grab it. It's kind of, I guess it's a light copper. Oh well. So I have a little coin here, but it's a modern penny. And the funny thing is, it sounded almost exactly like that little copper thing I just found. Same type of signal. I actually thought it was another one of those, but oh well. I'm not real happy with that, but better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. All right, I guess we're going to head on out of here pretty quick. The owner just came by, and there's a bunch of people heading out across the field to go deer hunting. And he said we're okay if we stay down here by the houses, but I think I'm going to have Mike get Mike come down here. And we probably should just leave because it makes it easier for everyone. I hope you enjoyed the little adventure. Sorry, it just kind of ended like that, but we got to scoot.
She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She don't care if you're dying or if you're living or somewhere in between.